Hi, ladies. I'm Swapna Abraham, co founder and Vice President, Middle East and Asia of G Woman Media. And I'm here to say some on all things G, about the G Woman of G Woman Media. The great Shakespeare said, "Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them." You got it. That's G for greatness of the G Woman. And that's you listening to this. I've always wondered who decides what's great and how much can qualify for greatness. And it dawned on me that greatness is always work in progress. That when you have reached the top of the world, so to say, greatness will be the ability to touch rock bottom once again and not feel uncomfortable but still in control. Greatness is knowing you're putting in the work, making the shift from hard work to smart work, working on your net worth of network, and putting it all to good use, besides genuinely connecting with other greats. And all of this to arrive at an outcome, whether that's a destination, an ideal, or millions of dollars. I'm reminded of the caterpillar edging on to its next avatar of a pupa before it can emerge into the glory and greatness of the butterfly, knowing its purpose, knowing pain will be followed by pleasure and delight. Think about it again. How long does that ultimate splendor last? Weeks? Months? Try telling a butterfly that the brevity of life takes away from its greatness. There's greatness in sowing seed, greatness in the journey, greatness in the glory of arriving, and greatness in moving on. Oh, sisters, but don't women do all of this with seeming ease? She's great as a girl child that walked around with her Barbie, building castles in her very real play world, dressing up and knowing her place. Oh, yes, she's in control. She moves on to puberty, and notwithstanding bloody changes in her body and life, even possible abuse before and after, she's exploring beauty and brain. Beauty both skin deep and what the eye beholds, and brain in a world where men largely control the narrative and positions of power. While being at least half of the world's population, she's still only a fraction of the world's voice and decisions, even decisions that concern her. Her life. Let's be clear. It is not level playing ground. On the contrary, her play world was. Regardless, she has not forgotten the greatness in her default settings. Like a goddess, Soji. She goes on to give birth to children that will become all kinds of humans: scientists, astronauts, innovators, designers, academicians, coaches, doctors, engineers, artists, even world leaders, all planted in her womb of greatness and nourished by the supplements from her breasts. But this biological calling was only part of her mission. That done, she will transcend to greatness in new and other forms of being and becoming through the ensuing decades of prime and youth. The pause thereafter, followed by matriarchal glory that makes history, no, her story. The G Woman. That's you, my sister. You know very well that this is you, that this has been the course of your life, and this is exactly how your story will unfold. At G Woman Media, women are taking the lead to control the narrative about women. Women will be speaking for women. Women will be deciding for women and the humanity that we birth in an equal world. Through our platforms of the magazine, radio, and TV, and the collective, women will create wealth and worth for women for generations to come. This is course correction. Which brings me to the bigger picture. The global woman. Told you, it's Soji. Matter of fact, after she has excelled on home turf, she proceeds to a whole wide world outside of it, across offices and obligations, borders and boundaries. The woman's innate ability to cover micro and macro, multitasking and managing, that's her. That's you. G for global, G for glocal, G for greatness, G for goddess, G for a gazillion women, G for the gifted, genius, game changer, G woman.